But it will be later on in the Purple Show. Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Blue Podcast Network. This is the Purple Show, your home of European football on our little network we've got going on here.
Big network, back us.
Yeah, sorry, big network.
There we go.
Yeah, definitely.
That's better.
It's International Week.
Woo!
So none of us, we obviously not have any games because they're all away playing for their countries, although not all of us.
So look at me.
Because there's not many Portuguese Liga players in the.
There's loads.
There's a lot. Yeah.
Loads.
Not as much as the rest of us.
Well,
So-
cooked. Get onto it.
So we're going to talk about kind of the biggest games of the European Nations League because that is the big European competition that was competed in this weekend.
Which England didn't
Well,
compete in.
No, because we got relegated.
We're sick.
Yeah, somehow England found a way to get relegated. This is just peak England.
I'm excited by Tommy T, but this is not about.
Am I the only one who's just a bit annoyed that he's not playing three at the back? I was looking forward to playing three at the back. Oh yeah, because what's his face was
Marcelo Skelly moves into
centre back. Yeah.
So he is a back. It is a back
Kind
three.
of, but I wanted a traditional back. That's just me being petty.
I still say James is back.
Hmm?
Reece James is back.
Oh yeah, he's back.
He's
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
I've seen the better than Trent comments already. We're not doing this again.
No,
we're not doing this again.
guys,
I prefer him being in the Indian team. I prefer.
I think Tommy T will just get the best out of Reece James.
We'll wait and see.
Reece James will stay at his club too.
Yeah.
Reece James is loyal to the club that he supports.
That's okay, guys. It's okay.
I can just see him like.
He's trying.
How can I not be disappointed? How can I not be? Like,
Got
But
one.
let's
Reece
not
James would let the
focus.
club make money off him.
Yeah, at least
Yeah.
Reece James will probably get sold rather than run down his contract.
I feel bad.
Ran down his contract
Let's
and
move on
runs back the
to-
track.
England haven't competed in the Nations League this year.
You
So
lot
let's move
foul.
on to the team that have.
Yeah, I'm not taking a blame for that.
So let's start off with the first game that was played on Thursday. Croatia beat France 2-0.
Yeah, that's surprising.
This got me so excited
Why is that, Henry?
because France lost. It's not complicated. It's not complicated.
He's a simple man with simple tastes.
Exactly. Feed me brownies, have France lose. Perfect. That's all I need.
As long as there's no vegetables in anything you eat.
Right, it's not. The problem is, right, the kind of core vegetables are like mushrooms, peppers, and onions, and I don't like any of them. There are plenty of vegetables. I love a courgette.
Which is so strange.
That's
Not like-
one of the vegetables I don't like.
Yeah, well, I like all veg, but it's so
Yeah.
strange.
Wait,
like
you don't like
courgette.
any vegetables apart from a courgette?
No.
And
That's just my favourite.
It's
Carrots.
that's because his mum told him his
But
eyes
the-
would glow in the dark when he was young. And he still believes
No,
it.
I'm not-
To this day, still eating carrots.
That's why I burn because I'm so ginger without being ginger. You know what I mean? That was a bad one, wasn't it?
That was so
That
bad.
was terrible.
Oh, dear.
Anyway, let's move on to the fact that I like plenty of vegetables, just not the big three. It was a great performance.
The big three, it's like the Premier League club, the big six. The Infinity Gauntlet, but with the vegetables that he likes.
Also,
Let's
got orange
talk
and-
about-
We got orange and green already. We got orange and green.
Three vegetables.
Let's talk about how Croatia.
Tune into the next Blue Podcast section where Henry ranks his vegetables.
You don't
So
want to
we've
miss
got
number
social
7.
media. We've got the social media done.
Yeah, number one courgette in the freezer.
Okay, right, nice. Anyway, I don't even have to respond to that. Anyway, let's talk about Croatia.
Yeah,
Guess who
yeah.
got man of the match?
Kovacic.
Livakovic,
Oh.
the
Yeah.
goalkeeper. So obviously,
Where's he playing now? He's
he was at Dynamo. Where did he go?
No,
he went
he's-
to
Is he in Turkey?
Fenerbahce.
That's it. Yeah.
He's playing under
Just
Jose.
no ball. It's really not.
Yeah.
Like, how do you just know that?
Last year on the
Just-
retro,
it's
he's
just,
won it.
just do what I do.
This is what I do.
This is what he
This
does.
is what he does.
That's what he does.
It's like me every time you do a TikTok live stream. He can't get me away with this.
But it was not a good day for the likes of Kylian who put in a bit of stink and got dropped for the second game.
I checked the score and I was like, surely they're not playing the strongest team. Surely they're not playing the strongest team. For f***'s sake.
Mine didn't play badly. He did save a penalty.
Your nan didn't play badly.
My nan is actually an incredible goalkeeper, as I'm going to say. Very nimble.
She's a keeper.
Yeah, she also can't.
He watches the podcast.
She also can't walk,
Love
so you
you.
know, feel bad.
So she can't be that good.
She's still fantastic.
Sweet.
Why have we gone into this?
Please,
This is just the
much love to my
purple
nan.
shirt. It's finest.
I need to go back and see her actually really soon. I need to go back. I'll be back. Nan, if you're watching this, I'll be back soon. Kramaric, if he'd scored that bloody penalty, we wouldn't have to be sitting through a France win on aggregate.
Oh,
Yeah.
No, I think France would have won anyway. To be honest with you,
They'd have found a
I kind
way.
of backed France to win it.
They would
anyway,
have found a way.
They had to win on penalties. It was a 2-0 win in the second leg for France. Michael Elise, he's now capped properly and can't be called up for it.
Stop hitting.
Things frustrate me and I need to hit something.
I mean, the thing is,
We
Got
need, to
boxing
get the, we
gloves.
need to get the squishy ball back.
That reminds me, we actually have the scores for February. By the
oh
way.
yeah.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
Should we do that now?
No, we'll save it for later.
Keep it till after.
yeah,
Oh
the
yeah,
pod.
we bring in the punishment, Dan. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
Oh, for God.
Anyway,
Little teaser. Anyway,
Let me.
I'm getting punched, aren't I?
back to point. I
We
think
don't-
Olise was never. I think he was always going to choose France anyway. I know you're saying that, but I think he was always going to choose France.
The issue with that is that obviously there is a lot of depth in those wide positions for France. So it was a case of, is he going to pick the team where he's going to get picked every single time, or is he going to pick the team where he's going to have to fight for his place? Obviously he's got in, it's been fantastic, but it was never a guarantee that he was going to play.
Well, there was
didn't he
an
come through the youth system? Sorry, didn't he come through the youth system of
England.
Was
He-
it was England?
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah, 'cause he
he
he's
played
from
the
Reading.
under. Yeah, he played in the under 21s for France. I think he
Yeah.
was.
We
Okay.
obviously took him he got called up for the Olympic squad, which obviously doesn't count. So it was a case of, okay, you're going to play the odd friendly for France. Or if he was going to be at Bayern and be like a top player, then he could get called up and you want to stick around for it. But I thought maybe he'd get the England call up before he had a chance.
There
But
is
it's what it
clearly
is.
something going on when you got the likes of Musiala and
Yeah.
Elise picking literally the place they, not the place they actually grew up.
Yeah.
Something's going on.
They wanna
We're
show
just
us.
not. We just don't win things. We need to win something.
Yeah,
to
I
attract
think
people.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing. It's the kind of what have you got to show for it?
Yeah.
Is-
Germany have 2014 World Cup.
Also, maybe it would hinder their chances of playing in it for England if they moved away.
Yeah, well,
Like,
you see
they
the
both play
England-
for Bayern.
I
Well,
think
exactly.
it's also the thing is the success of like a youth England squad. It never translates because
Yeah.
there's loads of players that never make it to the main squad. So maybe they get their caps internationally with the England youth squad, get their success. We're like, okay, there's not a chance I
get their
make it
stock
into
up,
this
basically.
England squad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move to this country now where I can probably play and also win trophies.
Yeah,
The
but I
only
think
countries we can steal players from are Ireland, Scotland, and Wales. Which we did.
Jamaica, I'd say as well. 'Cause
And
a
Jamaica,
lot-
yeah.
I'd
Teams
say
that also
Jamaica.
don't have a chance. Have
Yeah, a
less
lot
of
of
a chance.
got Caribbean.
Yeah.
But I think the thing is, right, I think also you look at the England team, they've got an abundance of players in these positions. And of course, players like Musiala are going to walk into that England team. I think he would get in over Foden, probably over Cole Palmer. But
in my opinion, they don't start.
this is the thing, but Olise is one of those ones that I don't think he'd start for England. As good as he is, he's a bit like Eze, where he's good, but I don't think he starts for England. Musiala, I think definitely, but I think that's why you're going to go. Musiala's going to go to Germany. He's the first name on the team sheet.
But Musiala could have played on the left.
He could have, but at the same time, as we said as well, England have so many players coming through that system, and the fact that if you look at most of the England team, they all play in England.
Yeah.
Hardly any of them. Kane only plays for England because he's international. Because
But he played
Where
in
he is.
England initially.
exactly, that's how he got called
You
up
do
playing
gotta
in
think-
England.
You do got to think about these England players that don't play for England. By the time they can be capped at a senior level, they're not at the level they're at now. So they're looking at a team sheet and being like, what am I more likely
Yeah.
to get into?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
And
look at
then
that.
they get their stock up and play well, and then like, oh wow, we wish we could have got them. But the level where we could have played them at, they're not at a standard
Yeah,
where
yeah.
England
Yeah.
actually needs them.
We look at Trippier. As soon as Trippier went off to Spain, he was nowhere near the England team.
Yeah.
Came
Yeah.
back to England, got back into the England team after being in it.
Yeah.
Well, we all know how it works.
Exactly.
We all know how it works in rugby, because in rugby, if you go and play in another country other than England, you can't play for
We
England.
are also the only country that does that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are. And
It's
The-
just,
the- the-
which is also it's a rule we're 100% going to scrap soon.
we are going to scrap
the,
it.
the Dutch team
I-
are all South Africa.
Yeah.
I'd rather have scrapped it like 10 years ago than I would now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
true.
right now we're fending off interest from French clubs for players, and right now we need players to stay in England, so it's an excuse to keep them around.
Mm.
But I do understand why you scrap it, but that's not the point.
Yeah.
On that note, actually, just a quick one. Talking about, we mentioned Jamaica. Have you heard that Mason Greenwood's gone to Jamaica?
Has he allowed? Have they accepted him?
He's registered under the Jamaican FA now. They haven't
He wouldn't have
officially
done
called
it.
him up, but he's
going to?
registered.
He wouldn't have done it if he didn't think he was going to get
Well,
it.
exactly. And
He's never going to play for England.
No.
But that's the
Tell
point.
you
My
what,
point
he
is
needs to
that's
be on
why.
register.
He should be on the
On-
register.
yeah.
Oh, 100%.
This is the thing.
But-
I'm saying in terms of this is not a good look for Jamaica.
It's something really
This is
interesting.
awful for us.
It's something really interesting that I've realised recently, going back and rewatching some old Football Daily podcasts, in that I didn't realise the same thing happened to Ravel Morrison.
Yeah.
And his career didn't take off, but that was due to other things. Like he stayed at Man United after that.
Yeah.
Like, look at the difference between like the early 2000s and now.
But he also
How,
played, he
how
also ended
unacceptable
up,
this behaviour is.
but he also ended up going and playing for Jamaica international,
He did.
representing them.
Yeah, but
Which
he
is all once again not a good
that
look. That's the
happened
point I'm
because
making
he
out.
failed as a talent, not because he was kicked out of football by a big club.
Well, exactly, but I think the point of mentioning this in terms of this is not a good look for
Yeah,
you know
For
you,
anyone.
for,
For
for,
Jamaica,
for
no,
example you've got
It's not
Jamaica.
good look from Marseille.
Well,
look
exactly,
Jamaica.
but you know you look for example you're looking at Jamaica and you're looking at they're trying to get Amari Hutchinson to change allegiances from
I
England
think
to
he will,
Jamaica,
to be fair.
and he will, but then it's you know as good as that is, it's not great when you're going and you know Greenwood's reached out to Jamaica. It's not even like they've reached out
He's
to him.
desperate. To play
He's
touch
gone to
football.
them because he knows he can only get into them.
Mm.
He's never going to play for England.
No.
I just don't think it's a
Which
good
is
thing
a
to
good
see
thing
to
for
accept.
us. I'm proud that as England we've stuck by our, and Man United that we've stuck by our guns and gone. No, actually, this is unacceptable. We can't be doing this anymore. Like I said with Ravel, he's stuck at Man United. He could have still played for England had he been good enough. We didn't go. Oh, you're really good at football. We want you to play for us. Screw it. We're just going to put it under the
Can
rug.
I play a bit of devil's advocate to that?
You go.
We shouldn't be proud of the fact that
We did the right thing.
we did the right thing.
Exactly.
That should just be the standard.
Yeah,
But it wasn't,
for sure.
and now it
Yeah,
is.
and,
Yeah.
So
but
that's
my
what
point
I'm happy about.
is he shouldn't be in football in general.
Shame
In
on,
my opinion,
shame
he
on
should not be
England
in.
for even letting him in.
Yeah.
There. Shame on PSG
That's
for
my
being
point.
interested
And
in
La
him.
Liga.
Well,
Shame
yeah.
on-
But like,
Bundesliga, Real Madrid.
Carlos did make a really good point about it. Is actually the fact that obviously huge media coverage in England.
Yeah.
No media coverage in Spain.
No.
A lot of the fans don't even know it happened.
Yeah.
That's the
Really?
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll
Okay,
say
well,
with
that's not
Jamaica,
good
to be
either.
fair.
It's an education thing. People
Yeah.
don't know.
To be fair, in Jamaica, a lot of the comments on the Jamaican Football Association was, why is he being pushed out of England?
Yeah.
They have
don't
no
know.
idea.
They don't know.
And I
We've
think
got to remember. Yes, we're getting this media coverage. We know what's happened. We've seen pictures and stuff
Yeah.
like that. The whole world hasn't.
well, yeah, it's the
Also,
same thing with the
even-
Robinho case.
Even
Yeah.
if they did, it's been like a time period between what's actually happened where everyone in England's going to remember.
Yeah.
Even if it got covered in another country, they're
Yeah.
probably like, it's been time, so they've probably
Yeah.
forgotten about it.
Well, it's like obviously he was playing in England, playing for United. If someone who's abroad sees that news story, they won't think really twice about it because they don't know who he is.
yeah.
He's he's an up and coming United player.
Yeah.
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 You see
He
the article,
wasn't-
you forget about it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You don't then
not
associate that
massive,
to
yeah.
someone who then comes and plays
He
for.
wasn't miles off it at that point because he was very close to getting England call up, and he was balling out for
No.
United, who had a Champions League at that point.
But I'm saying from someone from Jamaica or
Yeah.
France or Spain.
Yeah.
Well, Jamaican
No,
point of
yeah.
view, you're not gonna. And also, he's one of those kind of players where Jamaica will ignore him because they think he's going to play for England.
England.
He's in
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
he's
yeah,
a, he's not one of those players, you know, that you'd look at and go, "This is someone we could tempt away."
Yeah.
Especially because he was 18 when he was pushing into United squad, or
Yeah.
roughly around that.
Yeah.
So it's the kind of player where you look at him for a smaller nation. But it's the same thing with, as you said, Robinho played in England. A lot of people don't know what's happened with him. He's now in prison and everything
Yeah.
because of all of that. So Daniel Alves, all of that. But as,
Forgot about that one. Jesus.
So I'm saying,
that's
forget
the
about
point.
it.
You
Yeah.
forgot.
Yeah.
I don't forget about it because I see it on a weekly basis because
Is
from
he
Brazil.
actually in prison or is he on bail?
He's on bail, but still like under trial and stuff. Robinho is in prison. Robinho
Yeah,
is
yeah.
finished.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Robinho's career is finished. Everything's finished.
It's like the Quincy Promise thing.
Yeah,
Most people
Yeah.
don't know
Yeah.
that he now plays his football in
amateur
Russia.
football in
UAE.
UAE.
Yeah, yeah.
He's on bail in UAE,
Yeah.
and it's the, and
The
it's
owner of the football club's paid for his bail, and the rules are he has to play for their club.
yeah, and he's not allowed a contract. He
No.
has to play, otherwise he goes straight back to prison.
Damn.
And
Yeah.
people don't even know the reason why.
Also,
Yeah.
Another one, Nainggolan.
Yeah.
Nainggolan's been done for trafficking.
I did see that one. Yeah, I did
Exactly.
see
But
that
I'm saying you don't know these.
People would have
you
just not
forget.
paid
one. I
attention
did,
to it. Yeah.
that was a bit more reason, so I have it in my
Yeah.
head. But
But that's
Yeah,
the
your
thing,
point
you
is
know.
valid.
Yeah,
We
exactly.
we
Yeah.
also we haven't got a problem with the fans not knowing. We just have a problem with the clubs that obviously know and the leagues that know,
Yes.
even giving him a platform.
Yes.
But the
That's the
fans are
point.
not expected to know everything.
Yeah.
So if they're educated, once they're educated, then
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
expect them to push him out. But for a casual fan in France that have no idea what's going on, it's not up to them. It's up
Yeah.
to a club for not even platforming or a
Exactly,
league for not
exactly.
platforming.
And sorry, that's just reminding me. The one thing I would say is, with the Jamaica and Greenwood case, you've got McLaren as the manager. Surely
Yeah,
he
ex-Man
knows.
Oh, he
coach.
knows.
He
but
was
he
there.
knows that whole situation. Of course, he might not end up calling him up, but surely you've got to think he's got a voice.
He was
of
literally
reason.
there when it happened. He was the coach at the time.
My point is, he's surely got a voice of reason to step in and go,
Was
okay,
he?
look, this. I don't think he was. I think
Oh no, it was
Ollie.
just before. Yeah, because
It was
it was
Ollie.
Ollie. Yeah.
But I think
It was.
the fact that he's Jamaican manager now, which A is vibes by the way, He's there for holiday.
It's quite funny.
But B, he knows exactly about this situation. Surely you'd expect him to speak out, or of course he might not end up calling up or anything. But the fact that it's even got to the process of he's even allowed to register under the Jamaican FA, it's a joke.
Also,
It's
Stephen
ridiculous.
Clarence, a manager, I'll get questioned about this.
Exactly.
Exactly.
He'll know about it. It's not right.
Anyway, let's move back to
That was a
international
heck of a tangent.
Yeah, wasn't it? Yeah.
It's
an
important we
one
cover
to
it,
have.
Yeah,
Yeah.
obviously, of course, and obviously we don't want to see Mason Greenwood playing internationally. Not at
No.
Not at all.
all.
No.
Mbappe, pretty anonymous in both games.
Yes.
Refused call up quite famously over the summer or was it last year? I can't remember now.
I think last year.
Kind of took a break from playing for France, has been allowed to come back into the team, and has been pretty shit. And he's been captain both those games as well.
I
Yeah.
think he probably just doesn't care for the Nations League.
I don't think.
Yeah.
he
I
cares
think
at
he's
all.
becoming more of a leader, though. Like you see on the pitch and his presence, he's becoming more of a leader in the teams that he's playing for sure. He's growing into the role as captain of France. I think, despite him not, obviously having the best 2 games, but even like you see at Real Madrid, like his performances have skyrocketed.
Yeah.
Like he's become a lot more consistent. He was still I still think he was quite good at the start, but yeah, like now recently you can see his performances are pretty damn good, to say the least.
He's got confidence.
Yeah.
That he single-handedly pretty much wiped out Man City from Champions League.
Yeah.
Like the confidence in that was incredible.
Yeah, exactly. And like as you say, he's now the captain of that squad. You've got some leaders in that France team as well. You got Canate,
Yeah, but
who's a leader.
I wouldn't be happy if my captain said, "No, I'm just not going to play these games."
No, but I guess that's
Ronaldo did the same thing.
that's
didn't
sort
he?
of something.
Yeah, well, I'm not happy about that.
That Deschamps
I
probably.
expect more from Ronaldo. I expect more from Mbappe.
Yeah. I mean, but as for Didier Deschamps, like you could see, he probably had that conversation with Mbappe and went ahead and said, "You know what? You've done that. Go ahead and learn from it and prove to me why you are a leader in the squad." And he's done that.
I also
He's
think-
shown that now. I think.
Not having a rift between Mbappe and Deschamps isn't good, especially because I think we're coming towards the end.
Yeah,
Probably
we're
for
coming to
Deschamps.
presentation.
Yeah.
So he wants to probably repair the bond between the national team and Mbappe for the next
Yeah.
manager.
I love how I just
Yeah.
sung a James Bond theme tune and you just said the word Bond. That's quite funny.
What do you mean you sung a
What?
James Bond theme?
No,
tune?
This
Actually,
is the
pay
end.
attention.
Oh, right.
There you
Right,
go.
we got it.
Yeah.
I didn't.
It's
but
quite funny if you were paying attention.
No, the funny part is the fact that it was shit.
No, it was good.
no, it was diabolical.
She was
But
just-
it's,
fantastic.
Let Lloyd speak.
it's all good. It's all good. Another thing I wanted to highlight: Canate got subbed off at half time in
Yes.
the first game. Saliba and Canate for France. They're not good together.
No.
You have to have
Yeah.
Upamecano in
Upamecano's
the centre back pairing. He brings the stability,
Yeah.
which is kind of mental to think about. When you see Upamecano, there's a narrative around him. Whenever you see him play for Bayern in a big game, he's the one who seems to mess up, and there's that narrative. But as for France,
Yeah.
he's the one who brings the stability and the
Mm.
calmness at the back. Whilst with Saliba and Canate together as a pair, they don't seem to work well.
Do you not
Yeah.
think that might be because for their clubs, their partner is the more senior, more cool-headed person?
Yeah,
When
I
you
think-
look at
yeah, I
Van
think it probably
Dijk and
plays-
Yeah.
Gabriel,
plays a part.
Yeah.
they're the older, more experienced, cool-headed. I think, in my opinion, probably they're also the better of each partner.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
So
Okay.
maybe that's
Yeah.
kind of what Upamecano has to be
Yeah.
to get the best out of either of them.
Well,
Also, which one's the best?
well,
Yeah.
exactly. I think a back three of all 3 of them. I think a
Yeah,
back
Upamecano
three.
in the middle.
Yeah.
Exactly. I think
They've done it before.
Upamecano with that, and then is Canate left or right footed?
Canate plays on the
Yeah,
right.
so you could play him on the right, and
Saliba on the
Saliba
left.
can play on the left anyway. So
They both played for Leipzig together. They did this before.
Yeah, it works.
Upamecano and Canate. And then who was
Exactly.
the third one? There was another one.
it would have been.
Was it Mukiele?
Yes, it
Yeah.
was Mookie.
Yeah,
So,
right back.
Yeah.
Canate would have played the left of that back three because he could play left back
Yeah.
and right back.
Who was the French right back today?
It was Koundé.
Kunde.
Yeah,
Because
Kun-
for
yeah.
some reason he's a right back now.
But
which
also,
makes
could they
sense.
can push into that centre back position
Yeah.
if
That's
you
what
need
I
to
was
change it
thinking.
over?
Yeah,
Well,
I
that's
don't
probably
know
because they
him.
put Teo Hernandez further forward.
Yeah.
To slot.
But also,
I
to be
wouldn't
fair,
pay
in
Mukiele
Barcelona,
to play.
he fits that right back position perfectly.
Well,
in
exactly.
Barcelona.
Because
So you're
Balde
not
goes
gonna-
forward. Yeah.
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 Should we move on to another game?
Yes, Denmark v Portugal.
Oh,
First-
some
first-
games of
He did the
football.
live stream.
That
Check
was
us out on
incredible.
TikTok at the Blue Podcast Network. Tell us about that live stream.
Unbelievable game of football.
Which one?
But well, to be fair, the first one as well was really entertaining, despite there only being one goal. I think
Yeah.
it was.
Can we talk about that one goal first?
Yeah,
Rasmus
Rasmus
hitting
Højlund
the
coming
Sue.
off the bench
Sue.
and scoring the goal and hitting the Sue.
Oh,
He had to come out and explain that it wasn't like disrespectful. He did it out of like
'Cause he
love
loves
for,
Yeah.
Ronaldo.
Who
The
he
fact-
just beaten.
Yeah, the fact he had to explain that anyway in the first place is wild to me because, like, you know, he's clearly a Man United like fan. Or,
Yeah.
You know, but
I know Ronaldo was seething when he
Oh,
saw
he
it.
was
yeah, I can
fuming.
imagine it's
Missed the
never
penalty
nice.
as well.
I know.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean
God.
that second leg penalty was shocking. To
What a
be fair.
performance from Diego Costa, by the way.
Yes.
How is that man still in Portugal? How?
Yeah.
He's at a good club.
He is at a good
He
club.
is, but like he's never going to compete for European titles.
I think cost of goalkeepers is a reason as well. That a goalkeeper
Yeah.
now is a good goalkeeper now is going to cost you ridiculous money. And I think that's the thing.
Especially from Portugal.
Exactly. You're going to be looking at 80 million odd, possibly even higher than that.
I don't see him signing a new contract. I see him eventually leaving on a free transfer to
Yeah,
go
he-
somewhere and being fantastic.
I could see going to Real Madrid, to be honest with you.
Yeah, 100%. I could see
Put
that.
him for 20 mil.
But yeah,
Oh,
look,
for God's sake.
he's a great goalkeeper. He kept them in that game in the first leg. Denmark were brilliant. They were by far the better team. Deserved to win by about 3 goals. Ended 1-0. And then the second leg, it just came alive. It was just a goal after goal after goal. Trincao off the bench getting 2. Unreal performance from him. Christian
He's-
Eriksen got a goal and an assist as well.
He did. When he's played in the 10, he's a lot better than he was when he's played in the 8, and he very rarely does for us because obviously at the time under Ten Hag it was Bruno in the 10. And
Yeah.
Do you remember he got a hat trick against Barnsley because they played him in the 10 because they were rotating, and he was fantastic.
It's Barnsley,
Yeah.
mate.
Yeah.
I
But
don't
so
know.
he's
But
leaving
the-
on a
but
free,
the-
isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, I need him to
Yeah.
come back to Ajax. I want him to come back.
Please, I'd love to see that.
I think he's great.
But what was I saying?
No clue, mate.
About
No, before we
So we're talking about
him playing
Eriksen.
No, before Ericsson. What did we
We're
say?
talking about Trincao.
That was it.
yeah.
Is he good? Is he not good?
Yeah,
I
he is
can't
good.
tell anymore.
Well, I
'Cause
mean, he
he was
comes off the
great.
bench against 2, to be
He
fair.
looked like a great talent, and then he went to Barcelona and did nothing, and then went back to Sporting and looks okay again. Is he good, or is he just good for the Portuguese
I just
league?
think the Barcelona system didn't fit him.
Yeah.
At that moment, I think now he gets into a lot of teams.
He'd be a
Um,
great Wolves shout.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
any Portuguese player would be a great Wolves shout.
Yeah.
Has he already played for Wolves though, online?
I think he had.
Ooh,
it.
you know
You know what? I
what?
think he
I
has.
think he has.
Let me have
Yeah,
a
I
look.
was thinking that.
As soon as he said Wolves, I was thinking that.
I reckon he might have done, you know.
I think he had one season on loan
But-
there.
That Barcelona move came a bit too soon,
Yeah,
I think.
It's a bit like the João Felix.
Yeah.
There we go.
So he is good,
2022-23, he
Yeah.
was on loan at Wolves.
It's almost like a TD up for that, mate.
47 games, 11 goals.
For Wolves.
Yeah.
but-
So he wasn't even on loan.
No, he was on loan.
Oh,
He just
was it?
played a full season.
He played
like,
every
he
single
played
game.
literally every game. 11 goals is not great.
Didn't miss a match.
Yeah, well, obviously Portugal going through in that game, fair play, turned it on the second leg. In the home leg, something to say about how home fans are really effective, and playing
Yeah.
at home is a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, they were just so good in front of goal, like the chances they ended up creating. Ronaldo, I mean, despite him missing a penalty, he did get a goal. But still, the penalty. Cristiano Ronaldo should be rifling the ball into the back of the net when he's taking a penalty. I don't want to see him
Some
jump,
placement.
trying to
Yeah.
like place it into the bottom corner.
What was
Just,
Jorginho penalty?
just drill it. Just
Yeah.
drill it. When I think of Ronaldo and penalties, I think he just absolutely
Messes
rifles
it
it.
in.
Hammers
into
it,
the-
You're talking
into-
top corner,
yeah.
actually,
Yeah.
bullet. Like
Yeah.
that. Why do you try and be clever and sneaky like that? That's that ain't gonna be you are. You were taught better than this. He
Yeah.
knows
What
better.
talk?
At United,
I'm not
he-
angry,
Oh,
I'm
what about United? You'd have
disappointed.
thought.
What I would say
No,
though
but
is,
in all fairness though, the coach at United was like, we're going to work on your shot placement and different types of shots, and that's what made him such a great finisher and
Yeah.
helped him become the greatest player of all
What
You
would
don't-
it-
time.
Yeah, we helped him. I think Real Madrid probably.
Yeah, no, helped him.
Yeah.
Propelled him, yeah.
He had to be a Real Madrid to do it, but that training of working on that finishing and different types of shots, ridiculous. And he knows how to take a proper shot. He doesn't
he
need
does.
to be mucking around like
Yeah.
this.
Cristiano
So don't-
Ronaldo.
I think Denmark definitely should have put the game to bed in the first leg though.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
should have
yeah,
scored 4 honestly in that game, and
Sorry.
yeah, it's unlucky.
Yeah. I mean, like, what was it? Yannick Vestergaard absolutely pocketed Cristiano
Yeah,
Ronaldo
yeah.
in the first leg. I couldn't believe it.
Vestergaard as well.
When I was
Matt
telling
is-
Matt,
Matt is
he
not
was
happy about that.
he was baffled. He was like, I can't believe what I'm
No,
reading.
genuinely,
You know, he was everywhere. He was
Yeah.
brilliant.
Giant.
Yeah.
he was great.
The gentle giant himself.
Vestergaard.
He's one of the tallest players I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ridiculously tall.
Should we move on to Netherlands?
No, we're going to talk about Italy first. Right, okay. So obviously they won the Euros,
Mm-hmm.
and ever since, before then, and ever since, they've been shit. How?
It was
What?
a fluke.
It was 100% a fluke, wasn't
It's
it?
a fluke.
Well, I think also
Yeah.
you've got to factor in the manager. Like, it's not a bad coach, Mancini, is he?
Yeah.
And what he did.
But Spalletti ain't bad either.
No, he's not bad. But the fact is, they played like a 4-3-3, and it worked. They had Spinazzola.
Was the thing of a
as like a
perfect
fullback.
storm kind of thing.
Yeah, it had
I
Chiesa, who was on
don't think-
fire.
I don't think it was Italy being good. I think it was England trying to hold a 1-0 lead for about 90 minutes.
As Thomas Tuchel said, we were scared to win.
It's a good point.
Yeah.
I hear it.
Also, Saka getting dragged back to like the 7th layer
That's
hell.
crazy.
Oh, I saw I was
That
fuming about
Chiellini
that.
challenge is crazy.
It's outrageous.
It's a red card, isn't it? Like, it's a red
Yeah.
card.
Mate, it's
It's a
fucking
straight
go to
red.
prison, mate. It's horrible. It's a great.
How was that yellow? We should have won that game. But
No,
that's
no,
not
even Chiellini said like I had to drag him back.
Yeah.
Have you seen the interview with him? He's like I have to just
Bro, I'm
grab
telling you,
onto something and
Yeah.
just pull.
I'm
He
telling
either
you,
got
he
so
got whiplash
lucky.
from that.
Yeah.
Look at his head.
He either got so lucky or there was like some Italian bribing going on there.
No, I think it's just.
It's
I
one
think-
of the. Like
I
how?
think often what happens is in a final, a ref's either really happy to give a red card or too scared to.
Yeah, I think it was just.
They were just too scared to give a red card.
Especially when you're going into extra time
Yeah.
with the way the
Completely
game
changes the
was.
game,
Exactly.
Oh, 100%.
Like I think there are points where refs are like, I don't want to be in the limelight here,
Yeah.
so I'm just gonna leave it
Yeah.
low. It's
Yeah.
not down to me.
That's what we give a card so it looks like you've done something,
Yeah.
but in the end, you're gonna leave it.
Yeah.
If VAR say to change it, I'll change it. This ain't up to me.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
VAR didn't. So.
and even still on the day, we were pretty poor for about 90 minutes of that game.
Yeah.
Like, Italy
Yeah.
dominated the ball the whole time.
We just
like,
looked scared.
Yeah.
We looked scared.
Yeah.
I think, by the way, boys, we found the next. What's his name? We went to West Ham. Nicholas Fulkrug. We found the next Nicholas Fulkrug. His name is Tim. Tim Kleinheist.
Oh yeah.
Kleinheist. He was playing in the third division. He was playing in the third
I don't know.
division.
Not sure.
But basically, he was in Freiburg's kind of youth system, and then was at Heidenheim in the second division for 3 or 4 seasons, and then came up to Bundesliga and banged, and then got bought by Mönchengladbach, and he's managed to force his way into the German national team. It just screams Fulkrug to me.
I think it's just it's a
Style.
testament to the fact that team has everything in place apart from a striker.
So what game are we going to do next?
We're going to move on to Spain next.
Okay.
So, by the way, it's ridiculous, right? The lowest scoring game, or set of games, is 2-2. We had a 3-5, a 4-5, and now a 5-5
Yeah.
in Netherlands versus Spain, who had to win on penalties.
I'm annoyed about this game. I think the red card ruins the game, and it's not a red card.
Which
I don't,
one?
I
The
don't
first
know.
leg or
If,
the
I don't
second
know
leg?
if you guys have seen it in the first leg. The Eurohato red card. It's not a red. I don't know if you've seen it, but he's running and he lunges in for a challenge. However, the only reason he's lunged in is because he's pulled back by a Spanish player, and if he's not pulled back, he doesn't lunge in
Well,
for
then
that challenge.
that's ridiculous.
But he was sent off.
Never mind being pulled back. You go in.
Absolutely not. It's a foul on him.
I thought it was an amazing challenge, but if you're telling me
That's
that
what I
because
mean.
someone's pulled him back,
It's
then
a
that's ridiculous.
That's what I mean in terms of.
You don't let someone drag you. You just dive in anyway. You just go for it. You take the legs.
No, my point is.
You want to break hands?
No.
Come on.
No,
Henry,
no.
no.
My point is that it's not a red card because he wouldn't have lunged in because he wouldn't have lost control if the player hadn't pulled him back in the first place. And I think the referees ruined the game because it was 2-2 at that point, and then we've allowed Mikel Moreno to score a 93rd minute.
Yeah, but like, if he keeps going, Moreno is
2-1
the
at that
best striker
point.
in the Premier League.
Oh, for the love of God.
Enough is enough.
If he keeps going, he's the best striker in the league.
Mikel Moreno is not the best striker in the league.
No.
I hear it. I hear it.
Time to go. Change. Get him gone.
I can't.
How are we doing?
I'm good, man. How are you guys?
So
Brought a little gift.
We've got Henry's
But do we have to do it straight away? I was
Yes.
talking about
Yeah.
Spain.
Can I do it, or do you want to do
I
it?
mean, I was gonna say Liam should.
Oh, I
just
think
do the
Liam
honours.
should. Liam, it's your last day. Come back in. Come back in. You had so much abuse.
No.
His parting gift for Henry is his punishment, and Henry's punishment is a gut punch. Back in, Liam. He brought his own one. He brought his own one anyway. So could you please stand here there, Henry?
Not enough
I
punch.
haven't eaten today. By
That's
the way.
perfect. So then you just won't throw up.
Not punch.
Yeah.
Punch, you said.
Gut punch.
Guts
punch.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah,
So-
no.
We're on the middle camera. So just stand straight there.
I've got a
You've got
perfect angle.
Perfect angle of your gut.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me get
Hands
this.
behind your back. Hands behind your back. Hands behind your back.
No, I'm just gonna. It's gonna be here, so not here because
No, don't
It's not
turn!
turn, it's not turn.
Don't feel that. Feel it. Oh my gosh! I heard that. I heard
That was so loud.
Thank you very much.
That was so loud. That was so
Oh,
loud.
you're never coming back on the show ever
Henry,
again.
how are we feeling?
How are you doing?
I'm not appealing. That's the problem.
Oh my.
face has gone so red.
Oh my god.
Oh, that
Bro,
hurt.
the angle I got of that was just. That was ridiculous.
So
Oh my
loud as
God.
well.
I should have got so many more
So
points. that
loud,
way.
you could literally hear the thump.
I thought he was going to hit. I didn't think he was actually properly. Okay.
Do you what's even funny? We didn't even count the February scores.
Right, this is my punishment for not counting the scores. Jesus Christ. Next
I'm
season.
just kidding.
No,
You
we
did.
did count up the scores.
Next season, I'm going to count the scores. No, for real. For myself.
Anyway,
There you go.
back on the reason. Well, what?
Anyway, guys, welcome back.
Yeah.
How's it feel to be
Yeah.
back on the pub show,
Really
bro?
good, bro. I missed this purple fucking scenery.
It's
It's all
nice.
so nice and it's all pretty and beautiful like it always is. I love it.
So are we. So
Here,
are we.
just by the way. Can we talk about Holland for a little bit? Just
Yeah.
for a second. Why is Frimpong playing right wing? Right
Well,
breathing.
Frimpong's playing.
Right wing for some reason. Bro, this man is one of the best right backs in the world.
Right wing
Why-
backs,
wing
though.
backs.
Yeah, he's
Best
he's,
right
he's
back.
technically playing right wing back because when we defend,
Yeah.
we defend at a 5-back.
You,
So
okay.
Geertruida comes into
Comes into the
centre.
centre half. Okay,
Yeah, because you have Van Heck and
Okay.
Van Dijk.
Makes more
But
sense.
someone who I thought was brilliant in this game was the Reinders, who of course
From Indonesia?
his
Yeah,
brother.
Reinders is
Yeah,
always-
From Indonesia?
Yeah, bro.
yeah, of course his
Reinders
brother
always
plays for
brilliant,
Indonesia,
bro.
but I think he was great in that first game. As I said though, I do think the red card kind of ruined the game because with 10 minutes to go, a straight red card when I think the ref kind of mismanaged it a bit, kind of ruined the game. And then of course going into the second leg, just absolute chaos really.
Yeah.
3-3 on the night.
Wait, pardon, Matt.
Please cut to him. He
He's
is
tired.
wounded.
Is there any red mark under there?
Hang on. Do you want... I probably should. I probably should.
Yeah,
He was
go
getting
ahead,
it.
there's a little red
There's a bit. There's a bit. There's a
We
little.
gotta do another
Sorry
one
for
then.
showing you guys
Clear
that mess.
clear pit.
Can we blur that bit, please? I don't think people need to see that. Oh Jesus!
But
No,
yeah, the
can we just
second-
say like I'm never gonna do a Misfits fight? Can we just? That's
Yeah.
not,
think-
that's
Oh, really?
Yeah, we guessed that
You know
one.
Shall I call out? All right, me and Liam, we want to do a Misfits tag team fight. We'll go. What weight? What weight are we going for?
Heavyweight.
Pardon?
Cruiserweight.
Cruiserweight. We'll cut down a cruiserweight. I need to cut. Fuck you up there.
yeah. No,
Um,
anyone could fuck me. He could fuck me.
so, Mams, we want that. I know you know Liam. So, also I've got a little. Actually, shit. It'll be announced by now. By the time this comes out.
Yeah.
I now work for Jersey Bird. So, got that coming up. You'll see my face in a few places.
He is the Jersey.
Toilet
bird.
I am
doors.
the
Yeah.
bird.
He is the Jersey.
Bird is
He
the
is a
word.
bird.
On, bird is the word.
On many a toilet touring club.
Huh?
What?
Number, call me now. Good times.
The Stalin.
You've literally know my girlfriend.
Yeah. And?
He's just sad. Anyway.
No, it's just a bit. You know, a bit of a.
Should we talk about the Netherlands?
Yeah,
I was gonna say.
But yeah,
I
one
can't imagine
five.
she will kill me.
She would. She would beat you up.
100% without
She's
doubt.
tiny.
Back to this second leg was absolute chaos. 3 penalties given by the referee. So Ayozabal got penalty in the 8th minute. Depay then equalised with a penalty
Is that
on
how
the
you say it?
Depay. Yeah.
You say it's not Depay.
I
No,
always
it's
call him
Depay.
Depay.
It's
Depay.
Memphis Depay.
We've always called him Depay.
Okay, well, Memphis Depay equalised in the 52nd minute with a penalty. Oyozabal then goes and scores again. Mutson equalised. And then in the 103rd minute, Yamal scores.
Oh, it's a great goal as well.
Absolutely.
Such a good
What a
goal.
knockout
Do
player
you,
he was,
do you
by
think
the way.
he's gonna how we said Haaland and Mbappe and all that stuff? Do you think he might actually just be better?
He is.
No, yeah, he challenges Ballon d'Or this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He challenges completely,
But
especially
Haaland-
if Barcelona
Haaland's
win.
17, right?
Haaland
Yeah.
can't win it. The only competitor is Mbappe, and I also think Mbappe had a really shit
Salah.
start.
No,
to the
you got Salah,
Salah,
out
Rafinha,
of those
Mbappe,
th- out of those-
Vinicius, and
Vinicius. No,
Out of
Yeah,
those
No,
three,
Vinny.
No, but I'm saying he'll be
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
shout.
out of those three that we mentioned, you can't count Haaland. And actually, I don't think you can count Rodri because he's not played, and also Man City have been
Rodri
shit.
doesn't count now.
Yeah, no,
You can't count
Rodri
Modric.
can't
No,
count.
I don't think Haaland counts either.
No, but
Which
sorry.
is mental considering he's second top goal scorer in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Well, exactly.
Yeah,
And
only
second
being
yeah.
only
second
but-
top.
But
He's
only,
not top.
yes, but only being beaten by arguably someone who is having the greatest Premier League season of all time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, his greatest Premier League
Yeah.
season of all time.
Yeah.
But he might do better than Henri. There's still a
Exactly.
possibility.
There's still a chance.
Yeah.
Do
which
that
would be
and then,
mental.
and then off
Yeah.
to
Wouldn't be
Saudi.
bad.
Off for the money.
Then he's going to run down a
And
contract.
another rundown contract.
Another one.
Another one bites the dust.
We will wait and see.
We'll see, bro.
I'm back in Salah and Van Dijk to side. So,
So Real Madrid,
They're
PSG,
all
and
going.
Saudi.
They're
They're
all
all-
going.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, I think
they're
I think all
going.
three are gone.
well, we can have a chat about that on a later day.
reckon-
Where should they check out?
The Gold Show, Premier League show. We're
Yeah.
talking about it. Go check it out. That will be out tomorrow.
12 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know the schedules.
Yeah.
I knew
I-
it was tomorrow. I didn't know the time.
I'm gonna point
Tomorrow,
out
12
the last penalty was in the 109th minute to send the game to then penalties. Was Xavi Simons.
Who's not liked at RB right now? Is he?
Not at all. They think he's a little diva, apparently.
Little
It's
diva.
exactly the words they use.
He's a
is little diva. the
I
exact
thought you called him a beaver. At first.
No.
I'm like, why is he a beaver?
no.
big teeth,
the
mate.
the exact words the club used
Cocktail.
was he was a little diva. He thinks he's better than the rest of the players, which he probably is. But the fact is he plays for them and has to show respect to the club.
He's a little.
What?
Shall I crack your back
No, it's fine.
live on podcast?
No, I've already done it. It's fine.
No, but is it like I can
I'll
crack
crack my.
your. I'll do it.
No, it's done.
Let's restand. Let's go. Let's go.
No, it's fine. No,
Come
no,
on, come on,
it's
let's
fine.
do it.
No, it's
Come
fine.
on,
Let's
let's
crack
do
your
it.
back.
No, you're fine.
Oh, come on.
Then
I'm
pop
fine.
it
Bit of
once.
fun.
I've already done it. It's fine.
Clips.
No, come on, clips.
It's fine.
It's for clips.
Clips.
Come on.
Stand out.
It's fine.
Come on.
Let him
Oh.
I
break
guess
it.
it's fine.
Yeah.
I've cracked my own back because he's punched me so hard he's knocked it out of whack. It's ridiculous. I feel like an old man. Why has Keane got a belt on his face?
Where's my phone?
Wait,
no, stay there.
What is going on?
this is the purple show for you.
Wait, the lights move that way a bit.
What way? What way?
There we go. I'll put that in the group chat later.
Right,
Um,
let's
We got
very.
a W.
Sorry, yeah,
Let's
so,
vote.
so the last point of this game, by the way, the fact that in the second leg, Spain had 19 shots and Netherlands had 16. There were so many shots between both. Such
And
a
yet
good game.
3 of the goals are penalties.
Yeah, and it ended on penalties 5-4 to Spain. So what we had was it 12 or 13 penalties altogether in that game.
That's kinda
Absolutely chaos.
Nations League is great. I've said it. I think it's unreal. I think it's great. That was the best
Yeah.
night in sport for the Nations League I think there's been since the competition was created.
No,
I hear it.
I think Nations League is actually quite cool. I've never hated it. I thought it gives more meaningful games to our international breaks
Yeah.
rather than these pointless friendlies.
Yeah, yeah.
But what's the point of watching England Malta for a friendly? Like,
Nobody
bro,
wants to watch that.
I didn't-
nobody
I-
cares about Malta.
I-
I
no.
actually didn't watch it.
I don't care about
Um,
Malta's football team. I care about their country and their beautiful sun and food. And
I want to go
stuff.
to
don't care about
Malta.
their
I
football
want to go
team.
to Malta.
Those are
Yeah.
very nice.
It's a
Yeah.
lovely place.
Maybe we should go there at some point.
I'll be down. Bro.
I've got £50 worth of flight vouchers.
Well, that's really good. That's getting so far.
Yeah, literally.
You mentioned this to me as we were walking to the co-op earlier as well.
Yeah, I usually use them.
What I would say is I think the only way friendlies would actually be useful is if you have countries playing against other countries in the world in terms of
Really? What, other countries
No,
playing other
as in-
countries? Wow.
Okay, fuck
That's
off.
a crazy
Fuck
theory
off.
there, Jamie. Well done.
You know, there's a
No.
competition they already made for this.
fuck off.
It's called the World Cup.
Fuck off.
And the Euros. And the Nations League.
Copper America?
Yeah.
Okay, fuck off, lads.
CONCACAF.
No, but so you know how you get like you know how you get like a friend for let's say for example last year you had England play Brazil.
Yeah.
It's interesting watching those two play each other.
Yeah,
What's the
I
point in watching England play countries in Europe
yeah.
when
Like
they could
Latvia,
yeah, when they could actually go and play I don't know
Brazil.
Colombia
Yeah.
or go and play African countries. African
Argentina.
football is massive.
Yeah.
And you know they're in the World Cup qualifiers now.
I think it'd be really cool to see African teams play more European
Exactly.
and South American teams.
These were World Cup qualifiers, though.
No, exactly. But I'm talking about in terms of friendlies that we were mentioning, because
Yeah.
of course we were talking about like the whole Nations
Yeah.
League stuff. It's a good competition, but in the friendly slots, I don't want to see England play a friendly against San Marino.
Yeah.
The fuck's that going to do for me?
Yeah, but it is
What-
going to do
what-
a lot for San Marino.
Right, but what's the
Yeah, but
right? But
I
okay,
think
okay,
San Marino
go
plays
and
the
play.
Battles.
Okay, go and play.
Didn't San Marino just draw with Wales?
Yeah, no, they was
No.
Macedonia.
Macedonia.
Yeah,
I want
so-
to speak about that in a
but
minute.
That's
but,
not exactly.
but like, no, I'm talking about, for example, going and watching like Gabon play England. Gabon could put up a good fight for England. They have a
No,
good
that man-
side.
I think it's
No,
also-
that man scares
No, they
me.
couldn't.
That man still scares me to this day. His pace,
Alba.
ridiculous.
Alba?
Alba.
Sorry, Gabon are not. They're losing by 2-3 goals.
No, but Gabon's
But I think
second in
it's still better
their
than
World Cup qualifier,
exactly.
Gabon's second in their group.
and it's still going to be better than playing San Marino.
Anyway,
I think Gabon would do better than Brazil against us at the moment.
right. I'll tell you
yeah,
what.
no, honestly, we have.
I'll tell you what. Why don't you let us know down below who you'd like to see England play in their next friendly matches,
I think
and
they've
what
got
you think
Senegal
about,
soon, haven't they?
and what you want to see.
That's
What you want to see
That's
from
stare.
fixtures
Talk
going
about
forward,
Xavi Simmons being a diva.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
and what you want to see for international fixtures going forward, and how you think they should work.
Okay.
Let's move on. We're going to do one more section for today, and we're going to talk about European competitions, because obviously when we get back from the international break, we're going to get cracking with some Champions League, Europa League, and Conference League games. So we're going to do knockout predictions. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games. We're going to try and run through the Europa League and Conference League, but let's talk about the Champions League first.
Yeah.
Starting with Arsenal v Real Madrid.
Real Madrid.
I'm going to spank them.
Are you talking about over 2 legs?
Yeah.
Over 2
I
legs.
think for time we might have to just do the
Just
just
pick
pick the team. Pick the team.
Pick a team. What are we saying?
Madrid.
Real Madrid.
Real Madrid.
I don't want
I'm gonna say
to-
Arsenal. Everyone has to go
Yeah,
Madrid. I'm gonna say Arsenal. Why
So
not?
Madrid move forward to the
way.
The
semi-final.
fact that everyone has to go in, I'm gonna go
I mean,
opposite.
you said part Arsenal.
Yeah.
Why?
Now,
Exactly. Why
An
not?
interesting one is PSG v Villa. Can
Villa.
Asensio
I'm going Villa.
can
PSG.
Asensio play against PSG?
are gonna.
No.
No.
He's not
Then
allowed.
I go PSG.
Oh, there
I
you
go
go.
PSG.
PSG.
PSG are gonna. Slap
So,
them.
I would like Villa to win.
A, P-
Villa
a,
have a good keeper. That's the only
Yeah,
thing I'll put
a
up there.
PSG Real Madrid semi-final. On the other side, Barcelona v Dortmund is not going to happen again.
Barcelona going
Barcelona.
through.
Yeah. Barcelona.
winning that one.
Inter v Bayern is a big
This is
one.
tough. This.
Bayern.
Inter.
I'm saying Inter.
I'm gonna say Inter.
I'm gonna go Bayern.
You can't. You're the German guy.
I'm going to go Bayern, but I think it's still win 3-2. In all fairness, because you guys picked Inter.
So you go Inter.
So
So you're gonna go Inter.
no, I'd pick Bayern, but the three of you beat us. So
Oh,
you-
okay, yeah.
I
Thank
thought
you.
meant
No, yeah, I was like, I thought you said
I
you're gonna
thought
go
you
Bayern,
meant
but
Bayern.
Inter gonna win aggregate. I was like, what?
So semi-final one, Barca v Inter.
Barca.
Barcelona.
Barca.
Barca.
I'm gonna go rogue. I say Inter.
To beat Barca. I mean, they are.
No,
a
I
good
think
team.
this
They
is
are
the
a good
tournament
team,
where Yamal just.
Oh,
balls
I think
out.
Barca win it. That's the thing.
I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so other semi-final, Real Madrid versus PSG.
PSG.
I didn't say Real Madrid would go through.
Madrid,
so-
Madrid.
I think PSG goes through.
I didn't say Real Madrid go
Let's
through.
say Madrid went through then.
I
I'm
th-
saying
I
Real
think
Madrid.
If
I
Madrid
think
go
PSG
through, Real Madrid win
No,
it.
but
get to the
thing is-
final and beat Mbappe. You just left them.
I think I can see that as well. But I also think like
PSG are playing miles better this season.
PSG are playing better.
Yeah.
There's only thing about Madrid is Madrid somehow they have this special juju.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Madrid,
That's what I'm saying.
realistically, they shouldn't even have gone through against Atletico. It's a bit questionable.
But they did.
So
They know how to win those kind of clutch games. I just think
Yeah.
Madrid.
And they-
Guys,
I
guys,
think
we're not
happen
debating.
that-
We're getting
Okay,
answers. Just
I'm
answers.
gonna just say I said PSG.
Yeah.
I back Madrid.
I think if Madrid were to go through, I don't
PSG.
think they
I'm
will. But I
saying
think Madrid will
Madrid.
probably go
PSG.
through.
So Madrid go through 3-2. So it's a final of Madrid v Barcelona,
Barcelona
which
win it.
sounds amazing.
It does.
And Yamal wins it.
Barcelona.
Barcelona.
Barcelona
Okay.
Yeah.
clean.
We're
that.
going to very,
Yeah.
very, very quickly touch on Europa League and Conference League.
Well, we
We're
know it's
gonna-
not going to be United or Spurs, are we?
No.
Let's do it. Yeah. Well, exactly.
I'm going to pretend not to
The
hear
first
that.
one, Man United, Lyon.
No, we're going to talk about Tottenham, Frankfurt.
Frankfurt
Frankfurt.
all day.
Okay. Bodo Glimt.
You don't actually believe
Give
that.
them
Sorry?
pity,
Bodo
bro.
Glimt, Lazio.
Lazio.
Bodo
Lazio.
Glimt.
Lazio.
Lazio
Lazio.
against
I'm gonna back Bodo Glimt.
Bodo
I backed
Glimt
them
to
last
Lazio.
time. I backed them last time. They were really good.
They are decent, but I think Lazio will be too late.
The way they played against Trent were
Lazio have
incredible.
got some
It,
decent
depen-
amount of
it depends
quality.
on the home leg for Lazio. If they don't do well there, I think Bodo Glimt.
That's their home leg is the second leg, so I reckon they.
So can you
That's
turn
why I
this
think
game
Bodo
on?
Glimt were gonna win.
Anyway,
Rangers v Athletic Club.
Athletic all day.
Yeah, 100%. And then Man United v Lyon.
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 I picked Man United.
I
but
think Man United can get through that one.
Thank you.
I think they can get through it, but will
I don't think they will. That's the thing.
Lyon have relegated already. I can't really.
They're in Vegas because of financial issues. Though. It's not exactly like it was.
I
by
still
club.
been shit for a long time.
No.
Okay, fine. Lyon. So Lyon v Athletic Club then.
Athletic Club.
Lyon.
Athletic.
Oh, Athletic Club.
Yeah.
100% Athletic Club. And the other side is Frankfurt v Lazio.
Frankfurt.
Oh.
I think Lazio go through, but I
This
still
is a
think
tough
Bodo
game,
Glimt.
you know.
That is a tough one. I think Frankfurt.
I think Frankfurt.
No, but Lazio came to the. No, Fiorentina was. I say Frankfurt then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even though they lost
Frankfurt have
Marmouche.
experience.
Yeah,
If they lost Marmouche and not replaced him, I wouldn't have been pissed. But Etikite is ridiculous. Whatever his name is. So Frankfurt versus Athletic Club in the final.
Athletic Club.
Yeah.
I think Athletic.
Nico Williams wins them a Europa League and then
Yeah.
goes for Barcelona.
I think Athletic will win it.
And play at striker probably because I don't know where else we've got to play him. Move on very quickly.
Conference.
Sorry.
What do you mean we?
Who's we?
Who's we?
Let's just go to the conference.
He's adding Barcelona to the gauntlet.
You know what I mean? But
Conference.
Gonna need 2 conferences
Yeah.
at this rate.
Let's do
okay.
Start wearing a necklace with the
let's do
gems.
Conference League.
Right, Real-
In the 2 months I've been gone, you've added like 3 teams already, bro.
No, I'm added 3 times. I'm only joking about Barcelona. But it would be crazy to have a Rafinha, Yamal, Nico
Bro,
Williams
this
front line.
podcast has gone way too long.
Sorry. Real
Conference.
Betis versus Jagulina Bialshok.
Real Betis.
Betis.
Real Betis.
And Anthony wins it.
NK
Fiorentina.
Selji versus Fiorentina.
Fiorentina.
Yep, okay, cool. Legia Warsaw versus
Chelsea.
Chelsea.
Gotta go to that.
Rapid Vienna versus Djurgården.
Rapid Vienna.
Vienna.
But Drew Gordon is not
Drew
bad.
Gordon.
Yeah.
Drew Gordon is not bad, but I think.
So who goes through?
I think Vienna.
Vienna.
Rapid.
Vienna.
will go, yeah.
So Rapid goes
Not
through.
Vienna, Vienna.
It's Vienna.
Vienna,
Yeah,
sorry.
Rapid goes.
So Rapid Vienna versus Chelsea.
Chelsea.
Betis
Chelsea.
versus
Chelsea.
Fiorentina.
Betis.
Betis.
Fiorentina.
Only because Fiorentina have lost Coyote that I would say it would be Rapid.
Yeah,
Betis.
but
Anthony.
So it's a
No, you know.
I could still say Fiorentina. You know, I could still think Fiorentina.
they're a
can do
decent
something.
side, but they
I
lost
think
their best
Betis are in
player.
better form.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go Real
Yeah, but
Betis.
by the
'cause
time
they've
that-
got-
Still
by
going
the-
to back Anthony's
by
because
the
it's
time-
so good.
So
by the
Real
time that game
Betis.
comes along is like 6 weeks from now. But
Yeah.
then
Real Betis versus Chelsea.
Chelsea.
Betis.
Chelsea.
Real Betis. Fuck it.
I'm gonna say Chelsea to win.
Yeah, Chelsea to win it.
Chelsea.
So
Oh, you got to win it all.
So our predictions for the Champions League winner will be Barcelona.
Yeah.
Our prediction for the Europa League winner will be
Frankfurt.
Athletic Club.
Athletic.
And our prediction for the Conference League winner will be Chelsea.
Yep.
come back at the end of the season to see if we're right.
Come back next week.
Yeah,
'cause
please come back next
Yeah.
week.
Sorry, just putting it out there. Next week I've got head loss because we've got PSG now. So we've got Ajax, PSV this week.
Ooh.
So next week
That
I
could
might be in
be.
tears.
So let's come back
We
next
bottle
week
it.
where we see Ajax have won the league. Probably. Let's be
Potentially.
honest.
No,
But thank you all very much for watching this extra special international break version of the Blue Podcast Network's Purple Show. See, I recovered there. That's how you recover from doing a fuck up. Make
Equal
sure you're following us on TikTok so Lloyd can give you his lives. He's doing lots of lives every day now, pretty much.
Thank you.
Every day there's a game. X, we've got Kylian running the X now, so we've got a bunch of posts coming out on there. And then obviously TikTok again for just our usual posts will be coming out. And also check out Jersey Bird because Tom's stepped up in the world a little bit.
Yeah, I'm just cooler than you now by a fucking country mile.
I don't know about that one. But we will see you, I think,
That
next...
reaction would indicate otherwise.
We'll let the audience decide that one. Let us know down below. Like and
No one's
subscribe if
commenting.
you haven't already, and we'll see you next week for another Purple Show.